All right. Hey there, guys. It's Kim George here from Your Chic Geek, and I want to welcome you to this video on today. So in this video, I'm going to actually be covering how I use AI to publish books these days. And we're just going to talk about some of the things that you can use AI for and how I've been using it to make my life a whole lot easier. So before we dive in, I would love for you guys to please like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, I know that AI is a huge thing for a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people that are proponents of it, and I know there's a lot of people who don't like it. But I am one of those people that any tool that I can get my hands on that is going to help make my life easier, I'm going to put it to use, okay? So I hope that you guys walk away from this video with just having a better understanding and how powerful AI can be in helping you with publishing your books faster and doing a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Now, I want to caveat this video and say that AI is not the end all be all. There are still some things that you will need to do. It's not going to do everything for you. So I just want to say that before we dive off into the rest of the video. But let's go ahead and get started. Actually, before we get started, for those of you that are interested in getting started with publishing, low or medium content books, I do have a couple of resources that are linked below. One is going to be for lower content books, which is the Gratitude Journal Jumpstart Kit. That is going to be linked below. You can check that out. And the other is the Puzzle Book Jumpstart Kit. There's a lot of people that love the Puzzle Book Jumpstart Kit. It is one of my best sellers right now. And so for those of you who want to learn more about that, it is going to be linked below. But let's go ahead and let's dive in. So the first thing that I like to use the AI to help me with is going to be for generating niche ideas and just different things that I could potentially go into, or different products or niches that I can publish around. Okay. Now, again, when I'm using the AI to help me with this, I don't rely on it to do the actual validation and the research for me. I just use it to generate ideas that I could potentially publish in. Now, the tool of choice that I like to use for niche research and just generating ideas is going to be none other than Claude AI. So I'm going to take you guys over and we're going to take a look at what that looks like. All right, so here is Claude AI right here. And you can kind of see that basically I just asked it to give me a list of 5 low competition puzzle book ideas on Amazon that I could potentially create a puzzle book around. All right, so these are the 5 that it gave me. Now, again, it is up to me to, once I have selected something from this list that interests me, and for me, I will probably go after the large print word search for seniors. You can see here that they have themes like classic TV shows, they have garden and nature, so on and so forth. And so it is up to me to go to pull this information and to go over to Amazon and use different tools. And I like to use things like BookBeam or Publisher Rocket or DS Amazon Quick View or AMZ Suggestion Expander to validate these niche ideas. Okay, again, AI is not perfect and it is not good at competition analysis like that. You have to do the research on your own. You cannot rely on AI for this. But in this example, what I could do is pull an idea, and from there I could forge ahead to go do the research and to figure out if the idea is something that I could create a book around, and if it really is a low competition niche. All right. But for me, I would probably go with the large print word search for seniors. And then I would kind of forge ahead and do garden and nature to be more specific, okay? But all of these are some ideas that it gave me for step number 1. So now we're going to move over into step number 2, which is content structure and kind of creation, or content creation. Now, for content structure and creation, I actually also do use Claude AI for this as well. It just works better for me with structuring things and just giving me the data that I need to proceed with a project. All right. So we're going to come back over to the AI, into Claude. And based on the interest that I have in the garden and nature niche, what I did was I went down and I asked it to, hey, based on this niche, and based on me wanting to do maybe a word search puzzle book around this niche, can you give me 20 words, all right, and 20 themes that are related to garden and nature for a word search puzzle book? And as you can see here, it gave me all 20 of the themes to follow or to use. So the first theme is rose garden, the second is butterfly garden, third is herb, so on and so forth. And then it also gave me all of the words that can go into my puzzle. All right, into my puzzles. that I'm going to be creating. And it spit this out in a matter of minutes. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to wonder what I'm going to be putting in the book. And so this is why I absolutely love Claude in this regard. Now, what you can do is once you actually get the content that you want to put into said book that you're going to be creating, is you can do a couple of things. I like to use generators for my puzzles. I really don't like to use AI for the puzzle generation part of it because I found it to be, it really doesn't, it kind of mess things up a little bit. So I really don't trust it with that, but I do trust it with just giving me the information to use in the book. So you can actually use what I would recommend, a generator, to generate your actual word search puzzles for your book. Or you can actually take this list and you can outsource it to someone on Fiverr, or outsource it to someone like on Upwork, and have them generate your puzzles for you. I actually like to use Fiverr. There's a freelancer that I've been using for all of my activity books and puzzle books, and he is phenomenal. So I would actually take this list and I would pass it along to him and ask him to design these pages based on this theme for me for my puzzle book. And that is essentially what I like to do. And again, Claude AI for the win for coming up with the content for the interior of my book. All right, so for design and formatting for step number 3. Now, I have to give ChatGPT the win for this one. ChatGPT has updated its image generator, and as a matter of fact, they're going to be phasing out DALL-E, which is what it was previously called, and I think they're just going to be renaming the image generator to just Image GPT, something like that. Just image generator, I'm not really sure. But they're going to be renaming it, but I have to say that the new image generator is A1. And so what I would do is once I've gotten my content down, the niche that I want to target, then I'm going to head over to ChatGPT's image generator and I'm going to ask it to design the book cover for me. I know that a lot of people again are against this, but I'm telling you, these generators specifically for ChatGPT, it looks phenomenal. And so I'm going to show you what it gave me and what it created for me for this example, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. So this is the cover design that this created for me, guys, and it looks phenomenal. All right. And so again, I just basically, gave it a prompt and I asked it to create something, specifically around this niche. And this is what it gave me. And I actually think that this does look really, really stunning. It looks great. Again, AI is not perfect. And so, but I still do use it to create my cover designs for me. And I highly recommend it. And this is something that I do cover way more in depth, the whole process in Easy AI Book Design. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out. But you can see that this really did do a great job for me. Now, again, AI is not 100% perfect. And so you will find that there will be sometimes some mistakes and things that you have to go back and you have to fix and kind of tweak. And so there is a way that you can go in and do that. But as you can see, this cover looks really, really good. Now, the other tool that I like to use in conjunction with the AI for creating my cover design is going to be Canva to put the whole book together. So this is what the cover looks like after I've added it into Canva. This is using one of the frames that I feature and that I have available in the Easy AI Book Design course. And this is basically what it could look like. So again, though, the AI is not perfect, guys. You will need to make sure that you pay close attention to everything. Check your spellings, check to make sure that nothing is cut out, no weirdness and all of that kinds of stuff, because you will need to go in and to adjust those things if you do find that happening or find that on your cover designs. But again, this is a beautiful cover design that I use AI to design for me, that I can just touch up and go on about my business, okay, and continue on with progressing with publishing this book. But I just wanted to show you guys what this looks like after you have designed the cover with AI and then added it into Canva. All right, so we're going to move on to step number 4, which is listing and optimization. So as you can see, this is where you go in and you want to ask the AI to help you with writing your listing. This could be things like your title, your description. This could be, asking it to basically help you with creating a product description that converts, and so on and so forth. Now, for this portion of the workflow, I do like to use Claude AI for this again. Claude AI for the win, really, when it comes to the content pieces of the puzzle. So we're going to go over to Claude AI and I'm going to show you guys, an example of what it could potentially do. Now, there's some other things that I would do to kind of shape this up a little bit better. But again, this is just an example of what you could do. And so all I asked it to do is just basically, based on what I've given it, the information that I've given it for this potential book, is to write a description that converts for this potential book. And so these are all of the descriptions that it gave me. And so you can see here that it's basically just kind of, coming off with the hook of sorts. Then, this is going into, basically who this could be potentially for, what you can find in the book, et cetera, et cetera. And then also a call to action. So that's one. Then it gave me an option number 2, which is more of a benefit driven and direct kind of book description. And then, so this is right here. And then it gave me option number 3, which is gift focused. All right. And so it's got it in here. Now, another thing that you could ask the AI to do is to help you with coming up with generating your keywords. That's something that I do cover in From Publish to Profit on how to do that. But it can help you with coming up with keywords that you can add to your book, the whole 9 yards. Again, and this is just in minutes instead of racking your brain trying to do everything manually like I used to, which is, how you kind of had to do it. You can definitely use the AI to speed up that process for you. And I'm telling you, it has been a game changer for me. And so this is an example of your listing and optimizing your listing basically for the book that you want to create and then using AI to do it. And here again, I like to use Claude to do this for me. All right, and then step number 5 is publishing and promo. So here I like to use, again, Claude AI to help me with this. And this could be just as simple as going into the AI and asking it to give you a list of promo ideas for social media or promo ideas for specific social media platforms. Maybe you're on TikTok or maybe you're on Instagram and so on and so forth. So that is what you could potentially do. You can come over into Claude AI and just type that in and it will give you a running list of things that you can do. And you can ask it to take things further. You can ask it to give you a promo schedule. So maybe you want a weekly promo schedule for your book or so on and so forth. And so these are the ways that I love to use AI. And this is the workflow that I do like to follow, just basically the 5 steps, as you can see here, to get each one done. All right. Now here again, and I have to say this because I just want to let everybody know that again, while AI is great, again, there's still things that you have to do on your own because the AI is not perfect. As I've mentioned, your niche research and keyword research, you will have to go and you will need to validate and to do the research on your own. You cannot rely on the AI to do that. Again, for the design portion of things, even though the AI is great, sometimes it can mess things up. So you will need to make sure that you go, that you check and that you recheck and really look closely at your designs to make sure that everything looks really good, that it's polished and that it is converted from the image that you have, that you've used the AI to create for you over into the book publishing format or the KDP format, which is what I showed you in Canva, so that you could upload and publish the book. All right. So you will need to do that. And then last but not least, something that I like to stress is AI is not the end all be all. You want to look at AI as more of an assistant and not like the last thing. This is where I get a lot of, not the last thing, but use it to just do everything and there's no oversight on your part and you're not really overlooking and checking your work. And this is where I see a lot of people go wrong with using AI. As an example, I'm still seeing people that are using AI to put books out there that have all kinds of mistakes, things missing, words spelled incorrectly, all those kind of things. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that even if you are using AI in this full process and in your workflow, that you still are checking, to make sure that everything looks correctly, that, that your book is formatted correctly, that there is no errors and things like that. And then if you are finding those things, fixing them before you actually hit publish to KDP. All right. And so this pretty much though wraps up this video of my workflow and how I've been using AI and the AI tools that I've been using to help me in each individual step. And so I hope you guys got, some value out of this video. If you have, please let me know in the comments below. And then also let me know how you guys are using AI, or are you using AI in your workflows or in your businesses as you are publishing on KDP to help you publish faster? And then what ways are you using AI for? So you can comment below, let me know, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye.